Hey girl, so today I am coming on to do a chat and get ready with me. And I wanted to tell you up front that this is a grown folk chat. And it's not vulgar or anything like that. But I did want to let you know that it's a grown woman chat. It's a girlfriend chat, and I don't know, I thought about maybe doing some of these little girlfriend chats sometimes, maybe talking about whatever. I don't know if you got some subjects or topics or something like that for me to talk about. You know, you can put it below, or you can email me at TreaDama4@gmail.com. That's always in the description bar below, my email address. So yeah, you can email me topics or things like that, or just put them down below, girl, something that you want to talk about, girlfriend talk. So I might do these little girlfriend chats every once in a while, and but yeah, it was just funny. So just stay tuned and watch the video, and I do appreciate you for coming back. So let's get to the video. It's not like a makeup tutorial or anything like that. It's just a chat while I get ready. All right. Girl, welcome to the channel, Teresa Rene. So I'm trying to keep my camera from moving. I guess I keep bumping the vanity. I wanted to talk to you, girl. Just come and chat, because it's been a while since, you know, I've gotten ready and chat and stuff like that. So it's not a tutorial, none of that stuff, but just chatting. So because I wanted to see what you think about this particular subject. So last week, right? Friday, as a matter of fact, I was listening to, it's this girl on YouTube, and she does a, what do you call it? A Freaky Friday or something like that. She does it once a month. I've always seen these Freaky Fridays. I can't hardly even say it, but I never really get into. I don't do a lot of lives for some reason. I guess I miss a lot of lives. What? Oh. Girl, I got them vacuums going, and they be doing their own thing. I got one going, but it bumps another one. I'll tell you about them later. But so she does this little Freaky Friday. I never got into it. I just really listened to it last Friday. Now, they are a little freaky. They're a little out there. But what I found was funny was that I enjoyed it. It was like pure grown folk conversation, and it was, they talked about a lot of stuff. They did talk about sex and a whole bunch of stuff like that. Normally I would never ever get involved with stuff like that, but I did, just listening. I didn't comment or anything like that, but it was fun. Now I'm gonna tell you, they smoke weed. It's like she does a lot, but you know, people could join in. People smoke weed, they drink and stuff like that. And I would say that everybody probably was 40 plus. From what I could tell, everybody was probably 40 plus that actually joined in. And you know, she made sure she ran, you know, the headings and all this stuff, that this is for mature audiences only. Do not participate if you're not mature, you know, stuff like that. And mature, of course, we know. Ooh, girl, look at my hair. Good. Starts at 8. Well, girl, I say 30. To me, in which, you know, she made sure she said, you know, this is for mature adults only. She give all the disclaimers out there. But they talked about so much stuff. And it's funny because, like I said, I was at first I was because when I first got on, they were talking about sex and stuff like that. So they were talking about, what were they talking about? You know, smoking. Go hit your blunt, or 420 they call it. Go hit your 420. Get your, you know, something to drink, whatever. I don't do any. I don't drink really, and I definitely don't hit no 420, girl, because that stuff is more than what I can stand. I can't start staying that stuff, but I don't even know how people smoke that stuff. I got some gummies. Let me tell you this story real quick. So I went to to Denver, Colorado. Now, of course, you know it's legal over there. So I got me some gummies, but I got the CBD gummies for pain, but they had a little marijuana in them, I guess you call it. Girl, I never. And I bought a whole bunch of, because at the time I had like a lot of pain with my shoulder and stuff like that. But in my back, and I was having a lot of issues. So, girl, I bought a lot of these CBD gummies and chocolates. So I had them and everything, thinking, you know, okay, I got them for pain, because they only had like a little bit of THC in it. Only had a little bit. So that night, we went back to my cousin's house. We were gonna go out. She and I, my husband is like, I say approved, because he don't like to do nothing. He's one of those dudes that he just, yeah, he don't do much. But anyway, so I gave his cousin one. She was like, let me get one. Now she was drinking. She was tore up. She drinks a lot. So by the time I left, homegirl she was like 2 shades under the wind. She was about gone. Tipsy. Like, you know, laughing. We had a good time and everything. So she was like, let me get one of them gummies. So I said, well, okay. So I gave her, she was supposed to get ready by the time we get back. We went to McDonald's, which was not far from her house. So my husband and I, when we get back, girl, she was turned all the way down. She was turned all the way down and in the bed. Honey, that was the funniest thing. I was like, Sure, I thought we were going somewhere. She was like, shit. Girl, the gummies had chilled her out so hard. But let me tell you, it was just hilarious. Because she went from hype, ready to go. You know how alcohol had, you know, hey, it's on. Girl, by the time I went to McDonald's and back, those little gummies had her out. So I was like, don't know if I want to take those. Okay, I was a little nervous. So I told my kids, I told them that I had gotten some gummies to take for pain. And they was like, what kind of gummies? So I told them what kind of gummies. And Brian was like, Mom, I'm going to tell you the truth. You might not want to mess with them gummies. And I was like, I'm so confused. Like, I'm thinking I'm getting something for pain. And so he was like, Mom, the only thing about no gummies is that you don't never know when the high gonna kick in. So I was like, well, I look, here I go, but I won't try to get nothing for no high now. I was like, I was not trying to get nothing for no high. So I'm not trying to be high. So DeMarcus was like, Ma, I'm telling you right now, them gummies, you can't control what those gummies do or when they're gonna work. So then when I talked to Lamika, she's like, yeah, I don't mess with no gummies. And even Adrian, my son Adrian was living, and he was like, Mom, you don't need no gummies. So I'm like, but do y'all not understand that I got the gummies for pain? And it was like, do you not understand that you gonna be somewhere high and can't move? So I was like, so now I am totally paranoid, okay? I'm like, yo, okay, I'm not fooling with the gummies. Cause now I'm terrified, because if my kids that are in their late 20s and 30, like Brian is 34, he's the oldest. No, 34. If they not fooling with them gummies, I know I better not fool with no gummies, no edibles, no nothing. Now Adrian wasn't scared of them, but he was like, Mom, yeah, I don't know if you're gonna be able to take them. And I'm like, but it's not that much THC, and it's for pain. That's why I kept saying it's for pain. It's for pain. And they were like, okay, don't, girl. They had me so paranoid. And then Marcus is like, it just give your body a high. And I'm like, wait a minute. So let me tell you this story. Then I'm gonna get back to old girl. So my husband and I, we were celebrating one of our anniversaries one year, right? So my husband, he had started dabbling a little bit in smoking the weed. A little bit in smoking weed. He had smoked, you know, when we were younger and stuff, but he had got to the point where he wasn't smoking weed anymore. And so, for whatever the reason, child, at the time, he decided that he wanted to get back into smoking some weed. So we go on our vacation or whatever, but he gets some weed from one of our sons before we leave, okay? So he get the weed, and so later on that night, you know, we relaxing on vacation, whatever. So he was like, I got something to tell you when I come back. So I was like, okay. So I'm laying in the bed, you know, because it was kind of late. So I'm in the bed. I'm waiting for him to come back, whatever, tell me whatever he got to tell me. So he walked through, go in the bathroom. He was like, I'll be back. So I'm okay. So some time, there's that vacuum. So some time goes by, and I'm like, so I'm sitting there, and I'm like, now Chris said he had something to tell me. So I remembered that he was smoking that weed. So I was like, I probably need to go check on him. Oh no, sir. Hold on. Girl, I sent the vacuum out of here, so hopefully it won't come back. So something was like, go check on him because because I remember he don't normally smoke weed. Let me go check on him. Girl, I went in the living room, right? And we had this real big house. He was stuck on the chair. And I was like, I said, are you okay? It's about, man, I've been stuck on this damn chair for about the last 30 minutes and couldn't move. So, girl, he was stuck on the chair and he could not move, right? So, I'm sitting there, oh my God, girl, you talking about laughing. I laughed so hard because when I say he was like sprawled out on the chair like somebody just like, girl, you have to have seen him. That was the funniest thing to me. Oh my God, that was hilarious. And so I was like, are you okay? And he was like, man, I don't know what in the what kind of weed that is when I cannot move. So girl, this new age stuff, if you ain't been smoking it all along, like for me, there's no way I will fool around with this stuff now because it's too strong. Girl, it is way too strong and I don't have time to be somewhere stuck. I've heard stories of people with their heart racing. They had to go to the emergency room and just, it's too much. And I just cannot be going through stuff like that. I'm not built like that. Like, I'm one of those people, the only thing I have ever done is to smoke my 420, as they call it now. And that was, I haven't smoked since I was probably in my late 20s and I'm 51 now. So, and I can't fool with that stuff, girl. Ain't no way in the sand hill I'm fooling around with that mess. Because the way I done seen it do some people, the way I seen it do my husband, ain't no way in the world I could mess with that stuff. Because I saw him one night, he had smoked some. So yeah, he stopped smoking because he realized he could not smoke this stuff. Plus he had a stroke, but he wasn't so I was really surprised when he started smoking because keep in mind, my husband is a prude. He really does not do much of anything. Like, he just doesn't. He's one of those dudes that he don't really do too much, so it was so funny because one day, oh girl, he was out on the porch and he had smoked. And so, I don't know, it was one evening. So I was like, he was out there for a minute, right? So I was like, let me go check on Chris. I went out there, I said, are you okay? He was like, I said, are you okay? He was like, can I have some water? Here you go, wait a minute, let me get it right. Can I have some water, please? And when I looked over there, girl, he was out. And I was like, wait, Chris, what in the world? He's about, Nate, I've been stuck in this chair on this porch for a minute. He was like, I cannot move. And so he talked about, he felt like the pickets on the front porch, like the pickets on the porch. He said he felt like he was in the Busta Rhymes movie because the pickets was moving back and forth. So girl, so I know I can't fool around with that mess. There is no way that I could do, I can't do it. Absolutely no way at all. Your girl just can't do it. But child, I thought that was so funny. So anyway, I just had to stop and tell you those stories to give you an idea as to why I say I cannot fool around when it comes to this new age weed. Girl, let me show you what I've been reaching for lately. I have really been reaching for and really enjoying my Urban Decay Vice palette lately. And let me show you what color I really have been drawn to. It is this Broke Down. The color called Broke Down, which is right there. Hopefully the light's not too bright. Broke Down. I have been enjoying that color and using the heck out of that color. But anyway, back to the YouTube video. I really enjoyed their little conversation, and they were talking about just different little stuff, sexual stuff, but I want to say it wasn't like so over the top that I just couldn't deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Like some stuff is just too explicit, and I'd be like, nah, I don't know about that, you know. But I'm gonna tell you, it really was like, it was interesting hearing grown people just discuss, and I'm talking about grown, mature adults discuss such topics. And it was funny because now if you got like kids in the house, then you can't listen to it with kids. You know, you have to put your headphones on or whatever. But and it didn't arouse me or anything like that. But I just felt like, wow, it really made me think about the fact that sometimes when we begin to age and stuff, we and I know for me, like sometimes I have gotten to the point where I'm just like, I don't want to hear it. I want to talk about, you know, sex. And sex is really a very natural thing. And it was funny because they talked about nude beaches. They talked about, it was like a lot of different topics and stuff. So this dude comes on, right? It was so funny because he comes on and this dude, girl, he said he was 61. But before he said how old he was just talking about all the stuff he do with the women. And he's a freak from what he say. Okay? So I'm listening to him. I'm checking him out and everything. And it was so funny because I'm just sitting here like, I don't know why I don't use this mirror on this thing. And I was like, this Negro probably don't do half of the stuff that he say he do. And because when you listen to him, girl, he is the man with the master plan, and he just got to go. Negro at 61, you ain't doing that much now. I mean, you might be doing some stuff, but girl, it was so funny because this lady was like, she was like, where you live? They were on the panel thing. I'm gonna have to bring this up. So she was like, where you live? But he never answered her. It was so funny. He never answered her. And but girl, I laughed. I haven't laughed like that in you know, like as far as like looking at the video or whatever in a long time. So I'm sitting there. For one, I really do wonder how much bruh really can do. And I said, bro, yeah. I'm going to use Angel today, though, just to mix it up a little bit. I really wonder how much bro really can do, because you know how, like, when you hear somebody, I don't know, I'm old school. When I hear somebody, now, of course, I'm married, I wouldn't want to find out. But when you hear somebody talking that much junk and talking about what they could do and they this and they that, girl, from my back in the day, I'd be like, boy, bye. Go ahead on. Have you ever had an experience that as a woman, and I say as a woman because go back to your young adult days, your 20s, and you have a dude like talking so much about he gonna do this and he gonna do that, he gonna tear it up or whatever, and when you finally do decide to give him a chance, you like, oh my, are you kidding me? Like, this is the worst ever. And you be pissed because it's like, this nigga does, yeah, I'm gonna say this, you know, this Negro, whatever, does sit here and talk all this junk. Oh my goodness. He done talked so much junk that had you kind of like, okay, all right, let's see what this Negro could do. And it's such a disappointment that you just be like, I know, girl, what time. This dude, he talks so much junk. I couldn't even hide my disappointment. And he was like, and I know it messed up his ego, child, because he just was, I'm like, when it was, first of all, when it was over, I was like, okay, dang, I mean, this all you got. This is it. And I just said that, you know, I'm pissed. I'm pissed because I even wasted my time. And so when you run across somebody that talks so much junk, like this dude was talking so much junk, and you really be like, and so I said that because it's funny, because I just don't, girl, bye. I would like to see that Negro in action, because he talked about so much about what he could do and what girl, he had an opinion, something to say about every little subject and topic. He's done everything that somebody else was talking about, and they were talking about all these little sex places that you, and I've heard of them in Atlanta, girl. They say they be off the chain down there, child, but ain't no way in the world. There's too many diseases out there, and just some of the stuff that they would do, there's no way I couldn't see myself doing those things. But you know, I mean, hey, to each his own. And that, watching that video kind of did leave me like, to each his own. You know, like sometimes I feel like we get old and we stop living. You know what I'm saying? We stop living, and of course, you know, you become saved or whatever. And so some of the stuff that used to excite you, you know, it no longer excites you or whatever. And I get that. But at the same time, like, it was just fun, I felt like, to have some grown folk conversation. And it was just playing around, you know, everybody laughing, because, honey, you definitely laughed. You couldn't help but to laugh. I will say, when the men came in, it made it a lot more interesting, because the men, someone were kind of reserved about talking about stuff, but this one dude, girl, and he was like, yeah, I'm gonna be joining y'all more often. That joker right there, he thought he had it going on. And some of the other men were like, well, dang, I can't top that. They was talking about they cannot top old boy stories, right? And I'm sitting there like, psh, boy, bye, that nigga ain't done had at 61. But then I was telling my daughter, she was like, I don't know, Mom, because they got this tea out now. And I was like, a tea? She said, yes, it's some kind of tea, honey, that it make men go crazy, I guess, or something. And so I was like, what kind of tea? She was like, Mom, I don't know. But honey, they're coming out with some of everything. But you have to be careful really how you take this stuff, especially if you have like you know, like underlying issues like health issues and stuff like that. And a lot of men in their 60s do have issues and stuff. So I would want I need to do a eyebrow arch too. I wouldn't want like my husband to go take something that he you know, that would possibly harm him for sex or anything like that. And I definitely wouldn't want to see that happen, because it's not that serious. And I got a girlfriend. And one time her husband was taking so much stuff for sexual arousals or whatever you call it. And it was funny because I thought to myself, she's gonna kill that man, because she really is really active still, like really active. And so she's a freak, I would say. And so he taking all this stuff, trying to keep up with her. He got underlying health issues. So I told her one day, I was like, girl, you gonna kill that man. It was so funny. But I don't know, I guess my question is, what are your thoughts about, I want to say sexual, but it was more than sexual. To me, it was all fun and games, you know, and stuff like that. And to hear, though, some of the stuff that people do, like, I'm like, wow, she did what she said. What did she do? So some of that stuff, you know, it kind of make you be like, ooh, okay, that's different. Because it is, you know, it's different. And I think sometimes when we begin to age and stuff like that, we really do, you know, we get so old that we don't allow ourselves that little fun, you know, that little fun. Now, some stuff, it depends. Like if some people, I don't like a lot of like, I know this is gonna sound crazy, right? Like where it's just too much cursing and stuff like that. That I don't like. And I think because it was done tastefully, like yes, they use, you know, some strong words, but to me, it was done. It was tasteful. Now I don't know what all of them are, but it was tasteful, and it just it was nice to see people my age basically or older just having some fun, you know. And so I guess my question to you is, what do you think about things like that? Or are you like, no, even if you're uncomfortable, like, or are you comfortable having those type conversations and stuff like that? Because not that I'm gonna do it on my channel now, because I don't know if I'm comfortable leading those type conversations. But it was just funny to hear them talk about stuff like that, because you know, because we don't participate in those kind of conversations anymore. So yeah, what are your thoughts? Like, are you okay with those conversations, or are you okay talking about you know, the use of like marijuana? I'm not talking about no hard drugs, because they didn't talk about hard drugs. They just talked about, you know, the only thing that they were doing was smoking their little weed. Girl, this, you know what, I do not like. I think I'm gonna take this out because I don't know. What am I doing? I'm using this concealer by Glossier. It's the G3. And it is so close to my skin color, girl, you barely, honestly, you barely can see. I don't know if you can see it right there. You can barely see any difference, really. But I don't know, I just wanted to chat because I just found those conversations, like, that video was really good to me. And I thought it was funny. You know, it was just funny. And so I don't know now, because I think most people that watch my videos are older. So what are your thoughts? Are you comfortable talking about said topics, or do you kind of just play it safe? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to talk about that. I can't talk about it. And that's how I felt until I actually listened into the conversation, and I felt that it was just funny. It was just funny, and I won't say flirty, because won't nobody flirting, but it was just a funny conversation, and it was funny, and it just had me, I don't know, I don't want to say feeling young, maybe feeling younger might be what to say, but it made me, I'm out of this. It made me smile and it made me laugh because, like I said, sometimes, you know, I just feel older, and it was just nice to have grown folk conversation. So, girl, do you do 420? I think that's a question. Do you do 420, which is weed or whatever, or are you against it? Or are you against weed? And you know, a lot of people like, it come from, like, my mom is deaf. I'm like, nah, I'm smoking weed. It people should be. I said, mother, I know. I think that my feelings about weed kind of sort of are that, because when I was younger, I think that you got to make sure with smoking weed that you stay productive, because I think weed sometimes has a tendency to make you lazy, non-productive, you know, things like that. And that was some of the stuff that I experienced when I smoked weed. And plus, I had jobs that it was not worth me, because they did do random drug tests and stuff, and for me it wasn't worth me you know, possibly losing my job or getting drug tested and coming back positive and stuff like that. Girl, I had kids to raise and I had a career. And so I chose my career and my kids over smoking weed. But I know that some people, like, when they get older, they do go back and smoke weed, because when we went to that dispensary or whatever you call it, in California, it was a lot of older people and it wasn't a whole bunch of kids in there. I mean, and I'm not saying kids, I'm talking about in their 20s and stuff. You could tell it was like older people in there buying that stuff. And I really wish that I could get into or wasn't afraid to try something like the gummies for relaxation purposes, but I am so scared. I'm just so scared. I swear. And I told the people exactly what I wanted it for pain, you know, little stuff like that. So they were like, yeah, it'll relax you and it will help with the pain, but it's not an upper, it's a downer. But I don't want to be in my vision is of Chris being stuck and from the kids saying, you know, you can't control, like you don't, with the eater stuff that you eat, you don't know when it's gonna kick in. And if my kids cannot eat edibles, then I know I better stay away from edibles, because I'm not built like that. I'm just gonna be real. I am not built like that at all. So if they can't take it, then I know Mama better steer clear, because I just always been that kind of person. I'm so scared of drugs. Like I am. I just cannot. I'm scared of it, to be honest, because girl, a lot of people done lost their mind and stuff behind drugs. This is the Glossier Perfecting Skin Tint. But yeah, this is just, I just felt like chatting. Girl, look, you can't even see it. It is like a skin tint, but not an actual foundation, which I do like, because I don't know, I just got so that and then last year basically I rarely was even wearing makeup. Can you see that? And I really did not want to wear, I don't know, foundation. I kind of just got out of it for some reason, and I don't know why, but I have. So yeah, my imperfections and everything show through, and I'm okay with that. I don't know. I think when you get to a certain point in life where you're okay with who you are and you're secure in who you are, then you're not afraid to, you know, like step out with no makeup or, you know, whatever. I mean, or, you know, barely any makeup, because it's not that serious to me. I ain't even going nowhere today. Actually, I have a therapy session today. And so look at them grays, girls, about that time. So yeah, I do that online and everything. And since I've been doing therapy, it's, you know, it's good. It's good. I've been slowly, you know, getting in a better place, and I have my days where, you know, it's still hard and stuff, but for the most part, they're pretty good days. And you know, some days I fall off the pieces, but then I pull it back together after a few hours, and you know, and it might not be one of my better days, however, but you know, it ended up being a pretty good day. So I'm thankful and grateful for, you know, the great moments, the good moments, and all that good old stuff, and you know, everything. But I just wanted to come on and chat. And she is done. So so yeah, girl, I love my hair straight. I'm really contemplating on if I'm using Springtime in the Park today by Replica, one of the little small I might have to get this one in the big bottle, girl. Oh, this smells good. I don't need this in the big bottle. I got so many perfumes now. I know, girl, I know. Oh, this smells good. Oh, I like this one. This one is more feminine, where the rest of them are masculine. This one is more feminine, and I love this. Oh. But anywho, girls, I just want to come back on and just say, I hope you enjoyed this chat. It was just something fun. I don't know. I was just in the mood to talk today while I got ready. And let me know if this is the kind of videos that you like. you know, just to chat, get ready with me about whatever. So thank you so much for stopping by my channel. If you have not subscribed yet, hit the subscription button, hang out with your girl, and I will holler back at you in the next video. Bye, girl.